Hello again, friends. It is our last math lesson of the week. We are on lesson 11.4, which is using addition to subtract tens. So again, in chapter 10, we used all the same strategies to add. Now we're just doing the same things again, except this time we're subtracting. So we got this, right? So on page 629, you'll see that 11.4, use addition to subtract. And it says to solve the subtraction problem, use the strategy you think works best and explain why. Okay, so you can do just that. Whatever you would think, if you wanted to use your hundreds chart, your open number line, your blocks. Because of what the lesson is, I'm going to choose to use addition to help me. Okay, so you remember back on our morning work that we did every day, right? And it had our math part of the morning work towards the bottom. And they would always have these fill in the blanks with our addition and subtraction because they wanted to keep showing us that addition and subtraction are related, right? They're families. Remember, fact families, right? So related equations have the same numbers in them. So we can use addition to help us subtract, and we can use subtraction to help us add, right? Because we know where the numbers go. So I'm going to show you how that would look. Okay. So here our math problem is 70 minus 30. Okay. And to think about this, let's go back to something easy. So if it was 7 tens and 3 tens, right? So if we started and we did 7 minus 3 equals blank, we could solve that. We could think about that as an addition problem as well, because we know about fact families, right? In a subtraction problem, that biggest number always comes first. In an addition problem, where does the biggest number go? It comes last. So, and then we just plug them in. So 3 plus something is going to equal 7. Right? Because we know what goes in this blank is going to go in the same in that blank too, because they're related, right? So we can figure out. So if we're at 3, how many do we need to add to get to 7? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We know that 3 plus 4 equals 7, right? So that means that 7 minus 3 equals 4. Right? Because it's going to be the same number because they're fact families, they're related. So if we can do it that way, then we can use it the same way because 70 is 7 tens, right? And 30 is 3 tens. So it's the same as saying 7 tens. Oh, if I put tens right underneath there, the word tens, it would look the same. Equals what? Okay. So that would be the same as thinking about it. All they're saying is you can flip this around. Well, it's a subtraction problem, so we know 70 is our biggest number. If I was going to do an addition problem, I know my biggest number is going to move to the end. The other number doesn't matter where you put it, right? Because remember with that adding, it doesn't matter which one you add first. So you can put it add either blank and still have the same thing. And we just need to find the missing number. So it might be a little hard to count backwards count backwards minus tens, right? But we all know that we can start at 30 and we can count up to 70 by 10, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Count by tens 4 times. 4 tens is that, right? And if that number's there, then it can also be there. So they're using the same strategy, showing us that addition and subtraction are related, and you can use the addition to help you subtract if you need to. Okay. They give you a little lesson up here at the top as well, and then they do this first one for you. We're going to do the second one together. Okay. So they're saying, okay, 30 plus what equals 90? If that's our thing, we know that we can help. If that's a plus, we know that we can try to think about the related subtraction. Right? So we can figure out 90 minus 30. And whatever the answer to that is would be the same as 30 plus 90. So if we're at 30, we want to go up to 90. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Right? And I'll put the little lines there so we can see where they are. We all know how to count by tens. So if we were going to be at 30 and we wanted to go plus something equals 90, so let's figure out plus how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We hopped. Remember, since we're counting by tens, though, each hop isn't just 6. Each hop is the plus 10 if we're going this way, minus this way. So it's 60. So if 60 goes there, 60 goes there too, because they're related, family. Okay. Over on page 631, here's where you're going to practice on your own. So 20 plus something equals 60. So that's the same as thinking about it as 60 minus 20 equals blank. So you can 20. How many do I need to add to get to 60? Let's figure it out. 30, 40, 50, 60. And I can hop. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many times did I hop? I hopped 4 times. Each hop is a 10, right? So 4 tens is 40. Plug it in both spots. Okay, so you can do these next ones to help you practice more and get the hang of it. And on the back on page 632, Mr. Andrews collects 90 papers from his students. He has already graded 40 papers. How many papers does he have left to grade? So there's our have left, our clue. So we're just going to fill in these numbers. How many he started with, then the other number, and in here you're going to put whether it's plus or minus. Well, have left tells us, gives us a big clue whether we're going to add or subtract here. And then our answer goes here. And also plug it in down here too. Same thing over here. Stacy drives 40 miles to work. She has already driven some miles. We don't know how many. So Stacy has 20 miles left to drive. How many miles has Stacy already driven? So there's our two numbers. And we just got to put the symbol in here, whether it's plus or minus. Remember, we're doing a subtraction chapter. And then you're going to put your answer here and then again here. Okay. Number 9, Sam has 4 cases of juice boxes. There are 10 juice boxes in each case. So same thing, it's 4 tens. He brings 3 cases to share with his class. So he had 3 groups of 10. And we're going to write our equation and we're going to solve it, right? You can write and solve an equation to show how many he had left. Easy peasy. And then here you're going to choose the correct answer and fill in the bubble next to the one that's correct. Dr. Tess has 20 patients to see today. She already has seen 10 of them. How many patients does she have left? So take these 2 numbers, figure out how many she's got left, and fill in the bubble. Okay. On page 633, we get some more extra practice there because it can be tricky. So once you do it a couple of times, you're like, oh yeah, I get it, right? It just kind of snaps, that light bulb turns on. So we're going to do it. This page looks exactly like the first page we did together, where we're just going to figure, if we can figure out that answer, then we can figure out that answer because they're related. So we do these 2. And then on the back, we have some more of the same exact thing. And then we have a word problem, of course, because they want to make sure you really understand. So they ask you the same thing in lots of different ways. So it says, Jackie plans to paint the fingernails of 8 friends. She finishes painting 4 of her friends' nails. Now think about it. How many fingernails do you have? That's right, 10. She finishes painting 4 of her friends' nails. If each friend has 10 nails to paint, right? So this number isn't just 8, it's 8 tens. This number isn't just 4, it's 4 tens. So don't get tricked. If each friend has 10 nails to paint, how many nails does she still need to paint? So we have 8 tens minus 4 tens equals, you put your answer there, and you're also going to put your answer there. And then number 8, you're going to fill in the correct circle, the bubble with the correct letter in it. That is the right answer. It says, which addition equation could you use to help you solve the subtraction problem below? So 70 minus 20 equals what? And then you have to figure out which one of these problems can help you. Well, remember, fact family. Fact family, related addition and subtraction, they have the same numbers, right? So it's going to have a 70, it's going to have a 20, and it's going to have the answer to that. So you're just going to fill in the bubble next to the right one. Okay? All right. Good luck, my friends. I'm here if you need me. Just let me know if you need extra help.